today's video, let's talk about inks. Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when I post new videos, and don't forget to give today's video a thumbs up. All of the information for today's video will be linked down in the YouTube description, so let's get started. We're going to work on reorganizing my ink storage. I want to reorganize because I need to purge out some of my inks. I need to add some new inks that I recently purchased from a sale that just happened, and I need to add them to my collection. But I also want to come up with and redo my ink swatches. I have all of my ink swatches in a binder. I put them in there over a year ago, and I haven't touched that binder since. As a matter of fact, I forgot it was even on my shelf here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to reorganize. We're going to start right here, and then we're going to move over to my wall organizer. My distress oxide inks do not need anything done with it. If you want to know more information about how I'm labeling and how I did the labels and organize these, you can check out my video that I posted about a year ago that has all about how I did the labeling of this. But you're going to want to ignore the ink swatching part because I'm changing that system completely. I will link that above in the card above and also down below in the description. For my distress inks, that's staying. For my Stampin' Up inks, these are going. Now, my last video I said, if you haven't used it in a while, put it in storage and then purge it later if you still haven't gotten back to it. But I haven't touched these in a long time, very long time. So I'm going to take these and I'm actually going to give these away. If somebody is interested in receiving these are the old Stampin' Up ink pads. They're not the newer styles. They are the older ones. And I do have some re-inkers. I do not know and have not opened these, so you're going to get them as they are. I do not know if any of them are dried up. I do not know if they're over inked. I haven't touched them in so long, but I don't want them to go to waste. I don't want to put them into storage. I'd rather get them into somebody else's hands and let somebody else enjoy them. So it's time to move them. I'm going to take them off the shelf. If you are interested in the Stampin' Up inks, be sure that you're a subscriber to my channel and leave a comment below that says Stampin' Up. Just Stampin' Up, because we're going to have another giveaway in a bit. Let's get these off the shelves, and I'm also going to remove the re-inkers from up here as well, and we'll get them put aside so that one of you can receive this in a giveaway. This is my Organize More unit. I've had this for many years, and this first section is kind of my neutral colors, things I reach for often. Then I have paper tray ink, inks that I don't use at all, and then my Hero Arts inks. We're going to do a giveaway for the paper tray inks as well, so if you're interested in these, be sure to, again, be a subscriber to my channel and leave a comment in the comment section that says paper tray ink, or PTI if you want to. Some of these inks I actually want to move, like my VersaFine, my Archival Black, my Alcohol Lift ink, because I haven't used it yet and I really need to play with this. And then also, I think I'm going to leave my Memento ink here because I don't really use that. My Stays On can stay here too because I actually need to get a refill for that. That's a Allie Edwards. This is a Fresh White. This is Color Box. So I think what's left here is gonna stay. The rest of these I'm moving into a different location for storage, and I'll show you that in a couple minutes. I mentioned earlier I had a little fun ordering from the recent Simon Says Stamp 20% off their exclusive products, and so I decided when I saw the sale that I was just gonna kind of treat myself and get a whole bunch of the sets, which were 20% off. So I'm really excited about putting these up. Now, thankfully, I went ahead and labeled, and I'll just insert a quick video to show you how I labeled these. I have mostly the little cube ones, but when I'm stamping, I really think I like the full-size versions better for me, for, you know, picking them up and trying to stamp out, especially a larger stamp. So what I'm doing is just typing in the name of the color. So this is Steel Blue, and I'm just typing it once, and I'm double spacing, so I'm leaving a nice little gap in between each. When I hit print, I could choose the number of copies and then hit print, and it'll print out. I'm using the 1/4 inch label tape, and I'm gonna hit OK to feed it the rest of the way and cut it. And then what I do is just cut off the little bit of the extra ends, and then I'm gonna cut in between 2 of the sets. So I'm leaving Steel Blue on one strip, and then another 2 on a second one. I just found it easier to wrap the color name around the corners than cutting off each name and then putting it on the side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this, and hopefully I could do this on camera without messing it up and getting it straight. Oh, I did, yay. So we have Steel Blue, so what I do is I just wrap it around each side, and then I'll do the opposite corner over here with the same set, and then this way I have the name of the ink color on all 4 sides of the ink pad. So no matter which way I stick them back into my storage, it fits in there perfectly. So we have Steel Blue on all 4 sides. So thankfully I labeled these because I had them all sitting on my desk, and I grabbed a pile, and as I was trying to turn around and take my pile, bring my pile over to here, a whole bunch of them slipped off my desk and the tops fell off. So thankfully I had already labeled these to get them onto my shelves, because I don't think I would have been able to figure out some of them, what colors went with what tops went with what bottoms. So what I did was I labeled these. I am not going to add the ink coloring swatches onto these, since I'm going to come up with a new color swatching system, which is not new. It's been around. People have been using it for a long time. I just decided that I need to switch out from my binder because I'm not using it and referring to it. So I want to come up with a system that I can keep right at my desk and have it easy access for when I'm working at my desk and looking for stamp colors, or ink colors, not stamp colors. So that's everything nice and organized and separated. And now what I'm gonna do is probably work on my other storage solution for my inks that are going to be my go-to reach for quite often inks. Here's what I decided to do. This is the drawer to my craft desk, and I used to keep my embossing powder in here. I decided to make this my go-to ink drawer, so I moved things like my Gina K, my Versamark, my Archival VersaFine, things that I think I'm going to reach for often. I also moved over these 2 paper tray inks that I am keeping in the Vintage Cream and the Fresh Snow, because if they're here, I'm going to reach for it often. And then I have my Stays On White. I also brought over the refill, or the re-inker for this, and then I have the re-inker for my Versamark, which would be up here, and then the ink for my alcohol lift ink. So that's what I decided to do there. This is where I ended up putting my embossing powder. It's the top drawer to my work wall here, and it's right behind me, so I can easily just turn around and grab my embossing powder. That was my storage solution for that. I just rearranged some things in my drawers here to make it work, and actually gave me more room. If you've watched my ink organization video from about a year or so ago, you will have seen my ink swatches. This is a binder that I started when I was renovating my room here, and since I am pulling out my Stampin' Up collection and my paper tray ink collection, I thought I would start a different system. I do like the binder system and having them in the page protectors. However, it's for me, because I have to keep the binder away from my desk because I don't have room at my desk, I forget to go and pull this out so that I can check and see what colors I have. So I'm going to redo my swatches, and I'm trying to do this as quick and easily as possible, so I'm not spending a whole lot of time redoing this. If you saw the video for my previous organization, I also have this Stampin' Up, I think it is, Project Life stamp set that has this hexagon die in here, or hexagon stamp, and that's what I use to stamp out my swatches in this book. I'm going to continue using that. All you just need is something with a solid stamp to be able to do your own swatches. For making my tags, I'm actually making my tags. I'm using my normal cardstock that I would use for inking. This is the 110-pound Solar White cardstock. And I am going to, this is the ones that I've already cut down for card bases. I'm just going to use these since they're already pre-cut. I'm going to cut them down to 2 inches by 3 inches. And then I'm going to use my handy dandy tag punch from Stampin' Up that I'm not 100% sure if they still have this punch, but it's great and I use it for all the time when I'm making tags for like gifts and stuff like that. But I'm cutting down a whole bunch of this cardstock, like I said, at 2 inches by 3 inches using this punch and these 2 by 3 pieces of the cardstock. I'm just gonna go ahead and punch out my own tags to make it super easy. And if you don't have this tag punch and you have a Cricut or a Silhouette or some other kind of electronic die cutting machine, you can do that. You can also take some dies that you have in your collection for manual die cutting. I wanted to do this as quick and easy as possible. I think manual die cutting takes a little bit of extra time, but like I said, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time recreating something. I just want this to be nice and simple for me to go ahead and redo. So I'm just gonna take one of these tags and grab some of my ink, and I do like to double stamp out my die inks. I just find I get a better stamped image, and I'm not caring if they're not completely lined up. It's just for me and something for me to refer to. And then on the very bottom, I'm just gonna write, you know, SSS for Simon Says Stamp, and then the color. So this is Clementine. And then I'll just go ahead and clean my stamp and move on to my next color. Now that I have my inks all stamped out, I went ahead and sorted them by color combos. And I am not the best for deciding what colors go with what. If it's pink or if it's purple or if it's orange or I don't know. I'm just not the best with that. But I did go ahead and did what I thought would be the best color combos and sorted them out by those different combos so that I can then put them onto this binder ring. So what I thought I would do is I went ahead and already cut one of them and made a tag to separate each of the colors so it's easier for me to get between the different colors. So I could see that this is the pink group, and I just cut one for gray, so I'm just gonna make the tag top on that. And I'm gonna put that in. And again, I'm not putting these in like rainbow order. I'm just sticking them on here and getting them onto the ring. I have a little set of groups of paper here at my desk, or in my desk drawer, in the different color combinations or the different colors that I have. So I'm just cutting those down to add to my ring here. So I'm just doing the purple 2 inches by 3 inches, which is what I cut the tags at. And then I'm using my tag topper to create my little divider on my ring for my different colors. So you can see it helps break up those colors, and I can easily get to the different sections on my ring here. Now that's all done. I'm going to go ahead and keep this stored right in the top desk of my drawer. I have the nice big ring on here because I still need to add my Distress Oxide inks, my Distress inks, and I think I might even do my Distress Oxide sprays as well. But I'm going to have them all right here, and they're going to be right in the top drawer of my desk so I can easily find them. And then adding that little strip of colored cardstock in each section is definitely going to make it super easy for going through and finding my different categories. So now I have this all nice and separated and easy to find right here at my desk when I'm working. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, and you have some inspiration to maybe create your own little color swatch ring, or for just organizing your inks. Don't forget, if you want to join in on the giveaway, to make sure you leave a comment below for one of the two different giveaways that we're doing, which is the Stampin' Up inks along with the re-inkers or the paper tray ink. You can enter both. Just make them 2 separate comments. You can either put PTI for paper tray ink or SU for Stampin' Up if you don't want to write it out. You do have to be a subscriber of the channel, and I do ask that it's for United States shipping only because it's so expensive to ship international. I do apologize for that, but it is really expensive. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.